tonight we will have readings by some of the shortlisted creators, and Oghenechovwe Donald Ekpeki will get us started. Oghenechovwe, the floor is yours.
Okay. So, well, I'll be reading from my shortlisted novella, IFE-IYOKU, The Tale of ImadeyunuagboN. It was published in the Dominion Anthology, which I have right here. Yeah, the novella is about 20,000 words, and it was also shortlisted for the Nebula and the BSFA award. So, without further ado, yeah, I'll be reading from the very beginning. The hunting party waited quietly at Igbo-Igboya, the forest of fears. Morocco oversaw the hunt. He was a lair or feeler. The rest waited to move on his signal, but for now he lay waiting, careful not to alert the beast, lest the intended prey become the hunter. Here the roles of the prey and the hunter could switch in a flash, leaving the hunter to scurry for survival. But he knew that the father of Batala himself had chosen them and imbued them with the sacred gifts, which, though not making them immune, offered them a measure of protection. The Nlagama slithered forward. At almost 12 feet tall, the enormous lizard-like beast towered over banana trees. Its forked tongue, about 8 inches, swung pendulously and tasted the air. It bent on the bait left by the Mzingeli hunters, a hawk-like antelope with thick, strong legs, and a horn like the mythical creatures of the old world. The Nlagama ripped into the antelope with a savagery that made Morocco swallow. With the beast distracted, Morocco gave the signal. The Mzingeli, 4 coal-black forms, detached themselves from the trees around. The beast stared only momentarily before resuming its feeding. The Mzingeli merged with the environment, activating the power of Anjayiya Okan, the chameleon mind, and becoming part of the environment to remain hidden and undetectable until they detach themselves. The beast would sense them soon. Morocco signaled them again, and they ran towards the beast with their spears extended. It stood still, trying to detect them, sensing that something was wrong. Morocco shot a spike of placidity at the beast. It struggled to cast off the artificial lethargy. The warriors were closing in. They needed to be close enough to assess the gaps between its scales. Without their skill of merging, the beast would detect them before they got close enough to use their weapons. This was the tricky part, attacking while maintaining the chameleon mind, the delicate merger that allowed them to move silently and remain invisible. This was not a static merging which shielded them completely from detection. It was a minute merger of their feet with the ground and the leaves and twigs and droplets of water as they ran. It was activated as they stepped, but deactivated when their feet left the ground, so that they had to consciously reactivate with each step. It was more difficult and required a delicate touch and a continuous synchronization with the environment. It was a skill only the best of the Mzingeli could use. Properly timed, it allowed them to mask their movements as when they used static merger in complete stillness. They were within striking distance of the beast when it reared suddenly and howled, shaking its neck violently and throwing something off from its back. The last hunter materialized some yards away, and Morocco noticed the broken half of its spear protruding from the back of the beast. It was wounded but far from defeated. He stared at it. The hunter pulled out another spear and twirled it, preparing to attack. The beast pawed the earth and roared, belching liquid flames at the hunter. From his vantage, Morocco saw the hunter roll out of the part of the lava-like substance, the monster spat, and vanish, re-emerging and blending into the environment. The beast howled again as his spear found its way into one of the gaps between its scales. The beast baited the clearing with lava, turning to search if the burnt body of a hunter would appear. None did. But it seemed to Morocco that the beast could perceive the hunter, though it could not see him. It screeched and two large wings unfurled from its body. With its enormous wings, the beast fanned the air. In a swift movement, it lifted itself off the ground. Morocco nudged the climbers. It was time for their roll. As the beast soared upward, the climbers dropped a net from the trees and entangled its wings, dropping it to the ground. Flames cackled around, and the climbers, armed with clubs and spears, attacked it. The beast snapped at most of the attacks as it ripped the net and with its claws and fangs. Morocco knew the reinforcements would be in trouble if the beast managed to free itself.
I agree. The leather one?
He signaled the remaining hunter, who materialized as from thin air, and buried his spear in the neck of the beast. As the hunter yanked his spear out, hot sizzling blood spurted from the wound, scalding the climbers as they scurried away. The hunter backed off to join the other hunters where they had been knocked off. The beast belched liquid flames amidst his dying throes, panting but refusing to die. A figure walked in, dragging a tree trunk. It was Oni, the elephant man. The climbers and hunters made way for him. He hefted the trunk and walloped the dying beast in the head. He didn't need to do it twice. So, yeah, that's the end of my reading.
Wow. That was something. That was a vision right there, Oghenechovwe, and thank you for sharing.